Hi guys, welcome to our first episode. I'm Desiree.
And I'm Justine.
And I'm Brittany.
And this is
Sippin and Dishin.
Today we have with us Brittany. She is my longtime best friend from way back in childhood.
21 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
I don't even remember
nobody's
because
counting, you know?
it's been forever.
Since we were all babies.
Yep, we've
Yes,
all known each
and
other for a
we're
while.
I'm happy to be here. This is going to be fun.
And we are currently sipping some yummy mimosas, Brittany's drink of choice.
Pink berry mimosas.
I was going to say, I've never had a mimosa with that juice.
Is it
Me
delicious?
either.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Strawberry
Yeah.
peach.
How many times have you made this?
Today.
Oh, this was
thought
just
it would
like
be perfect.
random?
Yeah. Did it turn out?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's yummy.
I
I'll
like
take
I need to
it.
I've been drinking it this
reintroduce
whole time. You guys have been I'm just listening to you.
Nice.
It's very yummy. So we're going to play a little icebreaker game called Two Truths and a Lie. We had Brittany prepare one, and we're going to let her tell us her two truths and a lie, and we have to guess which ones are the truth and which one's the lie.
I just want to say, this is a test of our friendships.
Oh, shit.
Be ready.
I didn't know this was going to be graded.
Okay. So, I like to write poems. I enjoy watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I look at people I don't know, and the first question that pops into my head is, how is their sex life? Which one is the lie?
I think I know.
Do you?
But I feel like me thinking I know and it being wrong might be insulting.
Oh my God.
What do you think it is?
Come on,
I
man.
think it is that she likes to write poems. What do you think it is?
I think it might be the poem one, too.
You guys just broke my heart.
It's probably
Is it
Kardashians.
the sex?
No, that's actually true.
Because I was going to say, sometimes I get that thought, too, so it couldn't be that.
I feel bad because I'm like, why are you so
But I
dirty?
feel like we've talked about the Kardashians, and that's why I was like, well, maybe.
And
Well, I know she likes
fucking
Teen Mom. so
cannot stand the Kardashians. Okay, so let me.
Okay, fine.
Chloe's cool. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Chloe, I root for her.
I like her too.
But I don't like the rest of the family. I mean, obviously, I don't personally know them, so
Yeah.
whatever.
But I didn't realize you wrote poems.
So I didn't realize that that was an outlet for me until this last year
Really?
with life. Yes, I never realized that I actually had the talent. And then as I fell into a deep state of depression,
Preach system.
Happens.
yeah, that actually got me through it.
Wow.
I have a whole book that I started.
Wow.
So maybe one day I'll publish it.
Yeah, or you should come and you should have brought it and read
No.
something.
Yes,
I'm a little
I would
shy.
have loved to hear one of your poems.
Yeah.
I'm a little shy.
No, I'm glad that you found something that could be an outlet for you.
I feel like
Sometimes
everybody
it's
needs that.
hard to
like
find
this
an
is
outlet.
this is yours.
This is-
Yes,
Yeah.
this is exactly what I feel like I need right now. I've been such a closed off person for so many years in my life where I wouldn't talk about my emotions or what I was feeling because everyone was always going through something deeper, more important. So talking about my feelings just never seemed important. But now my feelings are important. And I want to
They
talk
always
about
have
it.
Well, and you
been.
can't make it to a therapist every day or
Exactly.
every other
Oh my
day.
God.
You gotta have somebody
Yeah,
that
I
you
mean,
can talk to.
Let's be honest though, like the therapist, I mean therapists are great, don't get me wrong, but girlfriends are the real therapists.
Therapy, yeah.
Well, you could pick up the phone, text them, call them, video chat. I mean,
Well, and that's
Do
also
podcasts.
like what I want. Like I want everyone that's on to feel like their feelings are important too. And
I
this
like
is
it.
your chance. It's your platform to talk about whatever is pissing you off or making you happy or sad or if you're depressed because people don't talk about that.
That's also why I probably don't like bring my poems and show them
'Cause
to
they're
people.
depressing.
Oh my God.
but that's okay.
You would read it and you'd be like, Brittany, what is wrong with you?
I mean, unless your poems are talking about like stabbing people.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
no,
we're
no,
okay.
no, no,
I think we're
She's
okay.
secretly a serial killer.
Yes.
No,
She's like, I
definitely
saw the
not.
guy on the street and I thought about just stabbing him right in the forehead.
Never.
Not a
Come
sex
on
life,
now.
stabbing.
Yeah, I didn't ask. How does he have
Isn't
sex?
that weird though?
Oh no, I know. I want to go
Isn't that
more into
weird?
the
You were gonna
sex
start
life
talking
thing.
about that.
Yes.
About when you
Yeah.
see people, like, you
And then-
wonder, like,
yeah.
how is their sex life?
Okay, so I kid you guys not, because you guys know my work is HR.
Uh-huh.
So I get to deal with people on a daily basis. And that means I get to meet all the new people that come into, the agencies and stuff.
It's just new people to think about how they have sex.
I think I'm cursed because whenever I see somebody, that question, and I mean it's really only if I don't know the person, because once I start creating those connections in my mind, it's like my mind puts up the boundaries.
Thank you for not wondering how my
Right,
sex life is.
right. So it's
Unless she has.
no, you can't think
Maybe
about
when we
that.
first
No. We grew
No
up
one
together.
say.
We grew up together. So, no, but my brain will just be like, boundary. No, don't think about that. But anybody new, it's like, it's total free game. So,
Free game.
yeah, seriously, because I'll meet people and I want to bring up just somebody that I've helped in the past who, very nice person, very kind of sheltered. You could tell probably still lives at home with mom. But I remember doing his paperwork with him, like going over it and just like kind of sitting there while he's filling it out and just thinking to myself, oh, I wonder how he has sex. Like,
At home.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
with
I mean,
his
does
mom
he?
there.
Like, mom's there listening. You know what I mean? Like,
Walls are thin.
It's almost like a. Now I feel really
Oh.
bad kind of talking about this person, but they don't know.
They're
I
not
won't.
know
I won't
you.
name any names.
Yeah.
They don't know me.
Nope.
But like Norman Bates, Psycho.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what
You
it
guys
reminded
knew
me of.
murder mysteries.
You need to
You've
join
never seen
this.
No,
Psycho?
yeah. No, I have.
Okay, I was
but-
about to say Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah,
Come
I
on
know.
now.
I know what you're talking about, but
But
it's just
yeah.
funny you went there.
It's
I love it.
well, because he's kind of creepy too, and I'm just like, I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if one day in the future we see his character on Mindhunter or something. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of get who, and that's why I was just like, this is, and I feel bad when I think that with people because I'm
I
just
have
like,
those
they have
moments
no
too.
idea.
I have those moments
Do
too.
you?
Like there's this one girl that is like very tiny and childlike. Like she just looks really youthful, but I know she's around my age. And she's like,
Childlike.
yes, just like I can't imagine this little tiny, cute, adorable person having sex.
I think that's why that question is so intriguing. Like when
It's
it
just-
pops into your head,
Because
you're
you know
just
they
like,
do. I mean, a baby happened. Clearly, she's doing it.
Yeah.
But how? I can't imagine it.
I mean, we know how.
You know how.
Well, no, because it's just like she's just like a little innocent thing, and you're just like, who's deflowering you?
Every time
She
you
said
innocent
deflowered.
thing.
I don't know. I'm
Do you
showing
ever-
my 80-year-oldness.
Do you ever think
Wonder?
that, Justin?
Oh, I wonder all kinds of stuff about people. I love people watching.
Yeah.
I do. I do have those questions of like, oh, I wonder how how you guys
Aren't
do.
there
Or
some-
like when you see two beautiful people, you're like, oh my god, I bet you their sex life is great. It's two beautiful people.
But it's fine because they always end up having ugly babies. So
You're like,
it's
life
whatever.
gets them back some way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
or I also judge not to about anybody that has a creeper van, but anybody that drives a creeper van, I'm wondering,
Like, why
do you
want
got a
them back?
person in the back of that
Like,
van?
are you a creeper?
Are you a creeper?
Well, then you also wonder, like, what made you buy that band if you're not a creeper? Why did you buy the
Yeah.
band?
Hopefully it's a work van,
Maybe. Yeah, I definitely always wonder. Like,
but you just wonder. Like, you don't know if there's nothing that says anything on the side. Like, I think Galen's, his dad owned a dry cleaners business a long time ago, and he said he used to drive the creeper van to school and stuff.
To
Do
school.
you think it would
Yeah.
be different, though, if we saw a creeper van drove by a woman? Like, do you think
Oh,
we would
yeah,
be less
for
likely
sure.
to judge it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I saw some guy in, like, a hoodie that looked a little bit creepy, I'd be like, ooh, who do you plan
Yeah.
on
Their
stealing?
first thought is like, yeah.
But if it was a lady, I don't know if I would initially be like, who are you going to go steal?
hmm
You know?
Women don't do that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're right.
They never do that.
Because, I mean, there is, like, this, like, thing that goes
The
where it's
sexist
like,
thing.
if you're, like, walking down a dark alley and this guy's walking behind you kind of quick, you're instantly tensed up and you're like, oh, God.
Right.
But if a woman was walking on you like that, you're
You're
less...
like, oh, hey, girl.
yeah, like,
It's
You're
what's
in the
double
up?
same boat as
standard.
me.
But I
We
mean,
gotta
like,
get us back.
There's nothing saying that she's not going to hit you upside the head and rob you. Like, but
Well, yeah,
we're
she's probably
instantly
working with
less...
somebody.
Yeah, we're
Right.
less scared when it's a woman because we're not automatically thinking predator.
Because it's the double standard
Mhm.
of society.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
more acceptable in some weird way for women to be creeps.
But there are creeps out there, creeper women out there. So you're right, I guess. I don't know what I would do, but I've never seen a woman driving a creeper van yet. So
I haven't either. I mean, like, now that you brought up the question,
I'm like trying to think, like, picture a woman
I
in the
have
van.
never.
Oh my god, you guys are
seen
totally
it.
going to see one now that I brought
I'm
it
gonna
up.
be paying attention.
I'll take a picture.
Yeah.
And then they'll think
You're like, we
I'm the
found
fucking
her.
creeper.
We
You're
found
the
the
creeper
creepy
taking a
lady.
picture.
What the hell are you doing? I'm just documenting this
Yeah.
Proof-
Sharing it.
for
proof
history.
that there's ladies with creeper vans.
Oh, or the vans that have like those locks on the back. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
weird.
padlocks or
There's
whatever.
definitely a dead body in there.
Right? Like, you just wonder.
For
Well,
sure.
and I get it. People steal stuff.
The vans
But-
that don't have windows are the ones that creep me out, where it just has like more panels.
Definitely a
I'm
dead
like,
body in
why?
there too.
Why would a van not have windows? It just doesn't
Work
make
van. Commercial
No.
van.
Okay.
commercial hauling
Sensibility over there.
I know, I'm trying to be sensible, but I agree with you. I totally
I'm
agree
just
with you.
saying.
My kids call those vans creeper vans every time they see them. They point them out. All right, so
like
our
our concept.
topics today.
Yes. So which one did you want to start with?
We can start with the first one because I feel like they're all gonna kind of
Go into each other.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
think as you get older, decisions become more important.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just the little things like, what am I going to wear to school dance, or
Mhm.
what job am I going to have for my first one, or whatever. Like, they start to
Right.
become, because the decisions you make now are kind of like forever at this point.
Right.
So it's like when you take a new job, that's going to be a career, not a job. There's the difference, you know?
Mhm.
And so I think as the decisions become more complicated, they take more thought. And
More stress
Yeah.
Yep.
with that.
But one thing I always try to keep in mind is nothing is really permanent in life, right? Like everything is changing all the time. And I feel like growing up is one of those things where, you know, these decisions that you think you'll just have to make someday actually get here.
They happen.
some days
where
now.
to where you have to make that decision now. And so it becomes complicated because you go from, I mean, I don't know if this happened to you guys, but I went from teenage years having fun, early 20s, and then it was like life hit me.
Mhm.
And I feel like life hit us all in a different way,
Mhm.
upside the head, you know, like, oh, hello.
Very aggressively.
Yeah, and we all are moving at different paces
Mhm.
within our lives. And so I feel like each day it's like, okay, now we're starting to think of decisions, buying houses. You guys have already bought houses. Having babies. You guys have already had babies. You've already dealt with that. But then it's like retirement. And I mean, we are grown-ups now
Yeah.
in that reality.
Oh, I got chills.
Yeah.
know.
Somebody just called
It's-
me a grown up. I got chills.
I mean, it dawned on me
It's
the other
hard
day. I
to
was
think
like,
about being a grown up, but it's like when you look at everything that you're doing, it's like, no, this is grown up
Well,
stuff.
and let's be
This
real.
is-
I feel like
guess we
maybe
are.
because we are kind of around the same age,
yeah.
I feel like we all don't look grown uppy or old or
Well,
you
to
know what I
us,
mean?
but
that's what
those
I'm saying. And
12-year-olds
you're
probably
only
think
as
we look
old
really
as
old.
you feel too.
Right.
Like, and I don't feel old. I mean, don't get me
No.
wrong. My body sometimes feels old, but I mean, like, I
What
don't
the heck?
feel. Yeah, right. Rolling out of bed.
I'm so sore.
But I mean, I don't feel old. I don't. I
Mhm.
mean, don't get me wrong. Wrinkles are coming, but I don't feel like I look too old yet. Like, but it's really realistically, it's here. I was actually telling a lady at work the other day because we were talking about pain and stuff like that, and like I felt like if you like a tree, if you cut us in half, like you would see, like, you know what I mean, like
just
how a
got dark.
tree. I know it's Halloween. But like in a tree, like you see like how old the tree is, you could tell. And I feel like your body almost has a clock, like, oh, you hit this age, now this is gonna happen. Oh, you are hitting this age, and now this is shutting down, or now this is
Oh my
Right.
God.
what?
It's just, no, I'm imagining the tree's
The
life. Each one of
tree.
those little layers, when you cut it, it's like the light one where it's just like so first
Fresh.
grown and happy.
Fresh and
And then it's like, I feel like the layers get darker.
They get
darker.
tainted.
And then there's the crusty outside. And I'm like, that's our body too.
That's the
Like
shell.
Those are the
Yeah.
fucking wrinkles
Mhm.
and the age spots.
Mm.
And then it's like the skin tag or whatever it is.
Everything.
Those shit, you know, and it's just like, oh.
Everything.
Yeah, but we will be like those trees someday. We will have a story, and we will have ripples on the inside.
We got stories now.
We
I
do,
know.
but just imagine how much
And we're
different
only-
they're going to be.
we're not even
10,
middle-aged
20
trees yet.
years.
We're almost middle-aged.
No, I
trees,
was
but-
gonna
I
say.
feel like I'm pretty middle aged almost.
I was gonna say, like, it's crazy because we're all in our 30s now.
Oh,
Welcome,
And-
guys. Welcome to the 30
Thanks.
Club.
Thanks.
We're
But I-
30 virgins. We're just barely sticking
We're
it in.
baby 30s.
Baby 30s.
But I feel like that was really a turning point in my life. Not only when it came to like making big decisions and long-term decisions, but my biological clock was like, oh, hello.
Are you getting that feeling? Are you? It
so-
happened finally? It happened.
Oh my God.
I don't know. So that's a hard one still. I go back and forth on it because I think with 30, the feeling is on its way. I can feel it kind of starting,
See?
right?
Your body's telling you.
But
it's
it was
weird.
more pressure. So at the
Yeah.
beginning, So right before I turned 30.
Pressure on yourself, though? Or,
Yeah,
like, society, like, pressuring
Yeah,
you?
Well, from other
society,
people,
family.
people always say women when they hit 30 have your eggs or whatever, and
It's like
that
scare
true?
tactics. It's fucking crazy. Like we're in our 30s, and I don't feel like by 35 I'd be like, oh my god, I can't have babies because all my eggs are dead.
right?
Yeah.
But
So you do kind of feel like there is a clock ticking on
Well-
when's your good years?
yeah.
I mean,
think,
for having a baby.
I think it becomes more of scare tactics of the medical community saying like, the studies of turning 35.
Oh, yeah, because it becomes more dangerous
Yeah,
on
yeah,
your
high
body
risk,
and
yeah.
everything.
Body and baby. And,
So you want to start like factoring in that kind of stuff. Obviously, I want to have a healthy pregnancy, and I don't want to feel like I'm dead through my whole pregnancy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows? It might still happen.
Mm-hmm.
I might still feel like I'm dying, but whatever. But mainly what happened was before I turned 30, and nobody knew this. Actually, Josh is the only one who kind of saw me go through this chapter of life. Yeah. So, because that's when shit got really dark for me.
I know, and I didn't feel like I knew that you were going through a... You seemed fine when we seen you.
That's like
It's called that.
meme
It's
I
called
sent
that
you.
mask. It's that face.
So, like, there's this meme where it shows, like, Marilyn Manson,
Mhm.
and he's all, like,
This is what
dark and
depression
everything.
looks like.
And it says, this is what people think depression looks like. And then it shows a picture of Robin Williams, and then it's like, this is what depression actually looks like.
But you're right.
And so you can't tell when
No.
somebody's depressed.
And half the time when you see people, when they have those smiles plastered on their faces, like that's a dead giveaway, that they are going through something. Yeah, genuinely people can be happy, or I should say people can be genuinely happy.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I feel like we are floating through life. Like we're just trying to get through each day and enjoy as many moments as we can, obviously,
But you have
because
to stop to those moments. That's the problem, is people don't stop.
right,
Life's too
because
busy
life
to
is
stop.
nonstop. So
So I couldn't imagine having to make that decision on an already busy life. Because, like, with me, I was pretty young, and my life didn't feel as complicated yet when I decided that I wanted to have a baby. Granted, if I knew the stuff I knew now, I might have waited a little longer, because I do feel like I was pretty young when I had a baby, and I feel like 24 might not be young to somebody else, but that's like around the time I was like, I want a baby. I'm going to have a baby.
Oh, yeah.
But
you were headstrong about
Exactly,
that.
because
She was
like,
ready.
there was the feeling
Sorry,
of
I
like
can't go to your
nothing.
bachelorette party. I have a baby.
Yeah,
she was ready.
I was, and there was nothing I wanted more in the whole world than that baby. And there's not like this manual of what you're going to get. So it's like when you're thinking about it, you're just thinking of all the great stuff, like how fun it's going to be to dress them up for Halloween or Christmas, and like, but you don't think about the real shit that happens to your kids, and all of a sudden all the fears you have to have, and there's no taking it back. So it's like sometimes you're not going to get this perfect child you've wanted.
Besides
Makes it
that,
hard.
It's even just,
It's just-
bedtimes. It's,
Yeah, like it's somebody else's
bedtime's
life.
hard when you're tired and that baby is not going to sleep or colicky
man.
or...
Yeah, because you don't know if your
it
baby's
just-
going to be colic. You don't
you
know
don't
if
know
your
anything.
baby's, like, there could be anything. And I don't think that a lot of people put that thought in their mind when they're making the decision
I
to
sure
have
did.
a baby. Whereas,
at the
like,
same-
it seems like you
I
put
sure
a lot
did.
of thought into it.
That's why I
know
still don't have a
didn't.
child right
But
now.
I will tell you, there is no right time, though.
Right,
I
right.
don't
There's always
feel
gonna
like
be a
there's...
reason not
there's
to.
I think,
Like you said, there's so much stress. I mean...
yeah, I think with each person, whenever it happens for them, I think that's when it's supposed to happen. I know that sounds cliche, but it's like that's
Oh, like
that's
it's
how
a
your
meant to
life
be
that's how
type
your life
of-
plays
Yeah.
out, And I have this little problem where I kind of overanalyze everything. So
No way.
yeah,
Didn't
so
know that about
it is.
you.
It is what it is. But I mean, this subject to me has always been one where I'm like, it is the most important subject.
Yeah.
Having a child,
You're bringing
yeah,
a
is
person into
life-changing.
the world that you are responsible for.
it's pretty
When
heavy.
Jade turned 6, I looked at Galen and said, "Can you believe she's 6? We kept a person alive for 6 years."
You're like,
my
high
God,
five.
no.
Yeah, like
Every
it's
year
a
that
big
they
thing.
like make it to the next birthday, you're like, wow, I got a 6-year
Yes.
record. Let's see if I can go for 7.
dude, like
You want to gamble on it?
it's just
Let's
it's
see.
a,
Let's see if it happens. I mean, you
Yeah.
never.
it's a life you're responsible for. It's
I can't even
hard.
keep a
Scary.
puppy, you guys. Come on.
When
Can
they're
I-
puppies, they whine and they cry. You don't know why. They
I know,
pee on
but
everything.
with the babies, it's unconditional love.
It is unconditional.
With a puppy, it's like, I just bought you. You're an
I
item.
can send your ass back like I
Exactly.
did twice.
Honestly,
I did
know
not
you
hurt
can return
puppies, by the way. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to clarify because I kind
Oh.
of just said, like, can't even keep 2 puppies,
Yeah.
you know?
And I
Okay.
just give them away.
She
Yeah.
did not murder them,
No,
people.
I gave them back to the breeders.
She returned them, which is not
She
something.
tried it and she ate the cost
I
and
have to
just
say,
couldn't do it.
Got over it.
You are the first person I've ever met that returned not just one puppy.
But two.
Two
Two.
puppies.
Yeah.
I did not know they came with
Hey,
receipts.
I just want to say, I kept the first one for 3 days and the second one for 7. So, I mean, there was some progress.
Oh my goodness. So when you have your baby, you're going to do 14.
Oh, shit.
You're going to keep it for 14 days?
No, I think I'll keep it forever.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that you have an incredible support system in Josh. Like, you can, it's just so obvious that he's going to be a great involved father. So
Yeah.
that should help put some of your fears away, because there's some women like my sister that's doing it alone. It's so much work when I have a partner
Oh, yeah,
that's
I don't
involved
envy
and
it,
helped
yeah.
me.
Right.
So I couldn't imagine what she's going through having it all by herself. Having that support system does make it better. So, you know, knowing that you're going to have somebody that's going to be really involved and supportive for you could help in that decision-making process, because someone that doesn't, it might make a just different decision for them.
Yeah, and I think that has come with age. His support and overall understanding has just come along with him aging and maturing, and also a ton of communication between us. So the one thing that I have always appreciated about our relationship and just our dynamic is we've always taken our time, right? It's like we don't rush into anything just because we're stubborn too, and we're very similar in that aspect. So let me go back to what I was saying about hitting 30. Like right before hitting 30, I had the worst psychological breakdown that I've ever gone through in my entire life, right? And I mean, having anxiety, I've gone through, you know, my handful. But this one really rocked my world, and it was because not only was I was feeling pressure internally, like body-wise, you know, it's like, okay, hormones are kicking in, you know, your internal clock saying, hey, you're about to be 30, you still don't have a child, and you still don't know if that's what you want or not, you know. And I also had pressure from family.
Everybody,
You know, I won't name specific family members, but just family in
People
general.
in general always ask.
Yeah,
I'm
and you see your
sure.
friends, you know, you guys both have 2 kids, so it really started building up inside where I was just like, oh my God. And then that's the question that pops up, is like, why am I so different? Why can't I be normal? And instead of saying like, well, this is your life, don't try to compare it to anybody else's, or don't try to live your life to anybody else's standards or expectations, wants. And I think that was the hardest thing for me. And Josh too at the time was like, I want a baby. I really want
he's been
a
wanting
baby.
a baby for a while.
I mean, years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so initially he was like, I'm really wanting a baby, you know, and I was like, well, I still don't know if I want a baby, and, you know, I think I have a say in this because,
It's your body.
yeah,
Yeah.
I play a pretty critical role in this, so.
Yeah, I can't have it without you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you get to have the fun and then walk away, and I get
Right,
to deal
yeah.
with all the shit. So literally, like all the shit that
All of it,
happens.
yeah.
And you'll deal with more once the baby's born,
Yeah,
too. It
right.
just naturally happens.
So as I was getting closer to 30, I think I was maybe 3 or 4 months away from my 30th birthday. I was sitting in the room one day, and everything just hit me. And the room started spinning. It was a legit, like, life-changing moment.
chills again.
Yeah,
I
like,
know, right?
I was, like, starting to hyperventilate. And I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I'll lay down on the ground. Like, I try to, go to the center of the earth,
Yeah,
you know,
center
because,
yourself.
because I feel like everything around me was just literally chaos and closing in on me. And Josh happened to walk in when I was like in this moment of, I mean, it was like, I don't know what to call it. It was like sheer panic, and it was different than a panic or anxiety attack. I've never felt that before. And he just like looked at me, and I think he saw that there was something wrong, not just emotionally,
Yeah.
but psychologically.
A
Everything,
little more serious.
yeah, everything just collapsed in my world.
Yeah.
And so he walked over to me, and he sat down on the ground next to me, and he just scooped me up because I was literally
There's
just
Josh's soft side.
yeah, yeah, I know, right?
was
I call him a
somewhere
Sour
in there.
Patch Kid. So, but yeah, he scooped me up, and I was just, I bawled. I think I sat there for like, he held me for at least two hours. I
Oh,
was
wow.
just sobbing because I didn't know what to do. I was like, am I going to ever have, this feeling of wanting a baby? Like, are we going to have a baby? Am I going to be able to meet my family's expectations and wants, my spouse's expectations and wants? But after that point, he really changed. Like,
Kinda
he
backed
still
off.
wants a baby.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, yeah, but he's more, when it happens, it'll happen.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And
And that might help you be able to feel what you
It
need to
will,
feel.
yeah.
Having no pressure from your biggest support.
right.
You know?
And I think that's where it changed for me personally, is when like that expectation, I guess, from him was lifted. I felt better. Like, okay, maybe it'll all be all right.
Yeah.
So after that, I think I was like, okay, I came around to the idea, okay, maybe this will happen, maybe it won't. So then him and I have just gone back and forth of, do we want one? Do we not? And each day it was changing, but as time goes by, it's starting to become more like, yeah, we should do this.
Just maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
mhm.
That like you can have that
And I think that's the
realization either
first
way.
time, that I've ever heard you be like, just maybe.
Yeah, just maybe, yeah.
No, but like for you, that seems like a very
Yeah.
important discovery, like of what
It
you
is.
want.
Mhm.
Because I think you should be the only person really like deciding that for yourself. Because there's a decision you can make as a couple to have a baby, but you still have to make that decision for yourself.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you're still gonna have to be an active parent in that kid's life.
And I think that's where people kind of get pressured into becoming parents or wanting to have children, is instead of being able to kind of be at peace with the decision themselves, other people push them into it. It's like, oh, well, my parents want me to have a baby. And, you know,
I'm turning this age. Yeah.
and the age thing is real.
It's a real big thing. Yeah. People really feel that pressure with the age.
Yeah, especially it's because like you could see other people hitting milestones at the age marks that society puts on you, and you're not meeting those milestones. So you're thinking like, oh, is there something wrong? Should I just be doing this right now? I'm running out of time. But it's like those milestones might not be the time frame for you and your
Right.
family.
Everyone's
And
different.
there shouldn't be pressure on a certain timeline to do stuff, because even with Kirk, my husband, by the way, when we decided to have a baby, when we got married, he wanted the kids, and he knew he wanted two, and I knew I wanted two.
Oh,
but
he did. He was like,
no, so we
Kid.
knew ahead that we both wanted kids. We both knew we
oh,
wanted
yeah.
it. But when I wanted it was sooner than when he wanted it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And because he was similar to Brittany, like, oh, I want to be here, here, and here, and I want to have this, this, and this. And I was okay waiting for that for a little bit, because it was probably a whole year of talking about having a baby before we even decided to start trying to have a baby. And like one day I just broke down and probably sobbed like a little bitch, but I told him, I was like, the time will never be right. There's always going to be something, and I don't want to look 10 years down the road and wish I'd tried sooner or wish this or that. Like, there's always going to be a reason not to.
Yep.
Right.
There's going to be some kind of bill come up or some kind of life change, but I can't pause my life for all these maybes or all these things that I'm waiting on, because while I'm waiting on it, my life is going to pass me by, hoping that one day will be perfect, because it's never going to be.
It's never going to be. There's no right time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know when I got pregnant with Jade. Like, I mean, I got pregnant, and he was working out of town all the time. And I was alone a lot, or, with family and friends, obviously. But, like, I had found out I was pregnant.
Surprise.
By a surprise. And, of course, I waited until I got back. It's not something you text or say over the phone.
Oh my God.
And
that'd be a horrible
it was a
text.
horrible thing to hold inside. Like, and every time we had a conversation
So how long
on the
did
phone,
you know before he knew?
probably about 5 days.
Gotcha.
Wow.
And every time we talked on the phone, every night, it was just like, what's wrong? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, when I told him, I mean, he was excited because he wanted babies. I was just like, I could go with or without. It doesn't matter to me. You know, right person, that's
Right.
all that, you know, I kept telling myself. But when we found out, he lost his job.
Yeah.
Like,
World
there was
scary.
just like,
erupts around. It
just goes, there is no right time. Like,
Because life
I
happens
found out
while
he
you're
lost
waiting.
his job,
Life
and it
happens.
just, I felt like the world was just collapsing around. Like, how am I going to take care of this baby by myself with one income? And all this stuff was going through my mind, but it worked out. I mean, I feel like things, like you said, it kind of happens when it happens, but things somehow work out. I don't know if this happened for you, but after I did have the second kid, I felt complete.
Yeah,
Like, after I had, Jade, I didn't feel done.
like there was something
But-
else next.
Once he was born, and I felt like our family was absolutely complete. So I
Right.
get what you're saying, because
Well,
with me, I never got that, like, should I have a kid, I never got that feeling, because I was, at that point, I was enjoying life and going with the flow, but for the end, I felt complete. Like,
Wow, that's interesting.
it was really weird.
Because with me, it was different. So my first one was the one that was planned and everything, and then Wyatt was kind of a surprise. I wasn't expecting him, but I kind of feel like I'm glad he did come when he did, because if I would have waited any longer and saw the challenges I was going to face with Ellie, being autistic, I don't know if I would have had a second one. Like, when I really sit down and I think about it, because when
but
you
maybe
have...
it happened for a
Exactly,
reason again.
because I think that having a little brother is going to be so great for her. So I think that, like, her being able to play with him, because she's getting that forced interaction that, like, if she was an only child, she wouldn't be. And for autistic kids, that's really important for them to have interactions with other kids. So it's kind of obviously a blessing that I didn't mean to happen. And don't get me wrong, I mean, that's like my little best friend. I love him.
Doesn't matter if
so
there's
much.
surprises or anything. You
Yeah,
love them to
but
death.
I think if I was in a situation like Brittany, where you're really thinking, like, is this what's best for you? And I think if I had the time to make that decision about a second baby, I don't know. Like, I really don't know if I would have still made a decision to have a second one, because whether it's the first time you're making the decision or making a decision if you want number two, like, those are still things that take a lot of thought. And for me, I didn't have the chance to think about the second one, because it because of my own stupidity, kind of happened on its own. But I do feel like if it was maybe, like, if Ellie was already 2 or 2.5, I would have already seen those qualities that I knew something was different about her, that I would have been, doing what I'm not doing now, where I'm exploring, like, okay, what happened? I got her tested. I did all this stuff, right? Where it's like, if I was doing that while I was waiting to have that second baby, I think that would have influenced my decision to have a second one. But because when all of this came up, Wyatt was already here. Like, because she turned 2 and he was already born. And then that's when this stuff started happening, where I took her to the behavioral specialist because I knew something was off, and then all this other stuff happened. He was already here. So I just think that even if I would have waited another 6 months, 7, like, I think anything could have changed whether or not I wanted to do that. And so to me, I'm really grateful that that choice was up in Jesus' hands. Because I don't know what I would have decided if I had more facts in my life
Right.
when it came to making that decision. So that's why I really respect that you're taking the time and really thinking it through, because it is going to change your life.
It
For the good.
will.
It's going to be awesome,
Yeah.
though. It's like going to be like
Yeah,
probably
there's
the most
good and bad.
exciting
I mean,
adventure
with
you've ever been on.
anything, I mean,
Yeah.
there's good and bad. And you love him to death, and it's an unconditional.
Yeah, I was gonna say unconditional
Yeah,
love.
but you should wait for when you're ready.
When
and
you're ready, but there is still no right time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
feels
I
very
know.
contradicting. It's like you should be ready.
should be
But
ready,
if your
but-
reasons are because you're waiting for the right time, that shouldn't be the reason.
Yeah, mine is just making sure I don't want to say psychologically, but I guess psychologically
Oh,
ready.
girl,
Like
yeah, you
in
need
your
your
mind,
brain
you're like,
ready.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
This
ready.
I've never had any kind of a mind fuck than
Right.
becoming a
Than
parent, because
having a kid.
like, before, your decisions only affected your life. Like, you being a crazy person only affected you, really, and your partner, but they married you for better or worse.
Right.
So I mean, that's your
It was their
problem.
choice.
But when it's somebody else's life, like, you want to make sure you're ready there. You want to have your
Yeah.
brain prepared for what you're about to do, because it's going to be the most exciting and the most scary adventure you've ever been on.
Yep.
No, but what I was going to say is psychologically, I just want to be ready. I think that's the biggest thing.
And I think that's so smart. I'm glad you're
Well, I
doing
got to
that.
say, the pros about being 30 and thinking about having a baby, I've already kind of accomplished everything I wanted to personally. I got to really kind of tick down that list. So now the next thing on the list is having a baby, becoming a parent. I think life would be...
If you want to.
Yeah, if you want...
Yeah.
Exactly, if you want to, if that's what you decide. For me personally, I'm pretty sure that's
That's where
pretty
you're
sure
going?
today that's where we're headed, because we kind of... We made a deal with each other
I
where it was
know.
like, okay, if we're going to say we want a baby for a month or longer, because we would go back and forth each day and be like,
Ooh.
I want a baby today, and then the next day be like, no.
Well, yeah, because we'd have a conversation, and then
Yeah.
like, I think when you guys came back from Hawaii, I was like, so?
And I'm like,
because you were like, oh, I'm going to take my birth control out at this time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, did you
And I
take
was
your
like,
birth control out? No.
Nope, still taking it. So,
Well, I think that's a sign in itself. It's like if you're not stopping birth control, clearly you're not ready.
You're not ready.
Yeah,
like, it's
and
your
that's
brain
okay.
saying. So, yeah, I just think I've gotten to personally accomplish some things. Josh has too. He's always been like we said earlier, wanting kids. It's just always been something that he has
Jalen
wanted.
was that type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you guys ended up having two babies? Or did you
Just
want to as well?
2, yeah.
Or was it the pressure of that you needed to give Jade a friend? Because
I
I think
did
that's
I hear
bullshit.
that.
I did
You don't need
want
no
to
friends.
have-
I can be your friend.
I hear that though from a lot of parents.
But I did want to. So she wasn't. My big thing was like, if anything happened to both of us, I didn't want her to be alone. No matter how much family or friends we
Yeah,
might
true.
have, I didn't want her going through it alone. At least she would have a sibling. Like, not. I would hope that nothing would ever happen to us at the same
Knock
time.
on
Right,
wood.
But. but
No, I
but
get
that
that.
was a big thing. Was like I didn't.
Don't
want
get me wrong.
them to be
I
alone.
think the second sibling's great because I feel like it's been super beneficial for Ellie. Like
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that she can be completely different if she didn't have Wyatt. So don't get me wrong. I think having the second kid really was great for me, but I don't like the pressure people put on people thinking that, oh, you had one, now you got to give them a
you gotta
friend.
have another one, and then
Like
you have to have
no,
another one.
that's not right for everybody. If you want
No.
one kid, have your one kid. That's your business, and I don't think people should put pressure on you to keep having more.
Well, see, and when we had Jade, and then like I said, and then the second one was definitely planned, and I knew that though. Like I said, once I had him, I felt complete.
I'm actually really glad you brought, like, being depressed and having those moments because
Oh yeah.
those are the things people never talk about.
No, it's,
I don't know why.
I think it's way more common
But I think
that
people
won't
don't
let out.
because they don't want to feel judged.
Yeah.
They don't want people to look at them differently. Like every time I see you, you're like, oh God, she knows my secret. I'm
Oh.
depressed. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I mean,
maybe
no
that's how
one-
people feel. I don't know.
And I think sometimes admitting that you're depressed is the hardest thing because
It is.
it's showing that, like, something's wrong with you.
You're vulnerable.
Yeah, and
I
no
mean,
one wants to
honestly.
think that there's something wrong with them.
Yeah. That's kind of...
I don't know. I feel like I've just been going with the flow, like you said about like the whole like a lot going on, depression.
Yeah.
I feel like this past year, since it's been so rough, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to the point now because the year's been so busy and chaotic. Now I'm just trying to be like, you know what? I'm going with the flow.
I'm telling you, that after I embraced that, after like fucking breaking down and almost
after I was completely
hyperventilating to
broken.
death, and obviously things are never perfect. I still struggle with depression. I still struggle with anxiety. Everyday shit that we have to, that we
I
just
think
have to.
everybody has a little bit of anxiety.
Exactly. Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's more normal nowadays to have
There's so much
anxiety
going
and depression
on.
because there is so much going on, and we don't have enough time in our days to get it all done. It's just impossible now. And I don't even have kids yet, and I'm just like, whoa. Yeah, but the whole going with the flow, that is a lifesaver because we're all not going to be able to
I don't think I'm capable.
live these
You're
peachy
not.
lives. Yeah, well,
Plan.
Honestly, I don't
what
think-
time? Where you gonna be? What you gonna wear? I need that.
what you gonna wear?
I need a
I need
spreadsheet
that
with a
intel.
play-by-play of what is
Hey.
going to happen, when it's going to happen, what time it's going to happen, a budget for when it's going to happen, how much is it going to cost me. I need tax and receipts.
Damn,
Yes, you do. She does.
that
She
just
does.
exhausted me.
I don't know. I think having
But eventually you might
Right
get
now,
there.
though, I
Eventually
need
you
it.
might get there, though. That's
With
what I'm saying.
everything
I
happening
feel
with
like
Ellie, though, I just, like, I need structure because it's the only thing keeping me sane. With everything, I just feel like every day there's a certain point in the day where I'm like, is this where I'm going to lose my shit? Is this when I'm going to lose it? Or sometimes I wonder when I'm in public if, like, who's going to be the person that makes me snap? Who's the person that's just going to get me on the wrong day? I go batshit crazy, and then there's a video of me on YouTube looking like a complete
Crazy
mess
mom.
because I'm, like, in Nordstrom's rack throwing shoes at people. I don't know. I just feel like any day could be that day for me where I just lose my shit. And I just don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if going with the flow, because going with the flow, I think it means something different to everybody,
Yes,
right?
it
So,
does.
like, going with the flow to me is taking each day for what it is, and it sounds like Justine's doing that as well.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
I have a plan, obviously. Like you said, I have kids
Yeah.
and drop-offs and pickups and functions and games. So I have stuff scheduled, but all the other miscellaneous stuff,
You just take it
I'm
for what it is.
going with the flow. Like, if I can make it, I can make it. If I can, I can. If I can go to the grocery store, I can. If I can't, we're having top ramen. I'll do what I can
Just
do,
add an
and
egg.
it just
Call it a rounded meal.
Yeah,
You got an egg? Is it ramjay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that.
Egg
Ramjay. Fancy.
Instead of ramen, also
Sorry to cut you off with
ramjay.
that. Just add an egg. You're like an asshole.
No, but that's true. I mean,
But when you add egg, it is delicious.
But
I've never
yes,
done
it
that,
is.
but maybe I should.
But yeah, circling back on everybody's Hakuna Matata is different, right? Going with the flow is different. So if, being very scheduled and, regimented is your thing and it brings you that calm, hey, you go with it. That's your going with the flow.
Yeah, we've been
man.
eating a girls' trip.
I'm going to be titties out, Desiree.
Oh, yes, titties out. I feel like Heather's 30th birthday is more like for us.
I
And the
hate to
sadness-
say it, I'm living Heather's 30th birthday
Vicariously.
through me. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I
super
feel like-
excited. We're
I feel like
celebrating
we're gonna-
Heather, and
Oh my God,
we're
you guys.
also all having a great time.
I fucking love getting her messed up because she is the
I feel like I
She's
haven't
the
seen her
most-
messed up in a while.
she is so much fun. I'm gonna get her to twerk.
Oh my
I
god.
Upside
dare
down
you.
on the wall
I don't
again.
think
Whatever.
she's going
Yes,
to.
She
No,
has
I
done
did.
it before. She
have.
has.
When?
Were you not
Where
there?
was I? It was
like
probably
her
another kid-free
housewarming.
function at
It
Brittany's
was like
house that I could not make it
housewarming
to.
birthday party.
I know. I'm always like, hey man, you wanna
hang
no,
out?
I'm
No
busy.
kids.
I'm busy. Sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
I
like,
can't find a babysitter.
my friend. But no, I really did. I got her to twerk upside down. Where
You
was
gotta-
this? It was her birthday.
I'm trying to think,
It was.
though.
It was a. I want
Was
to
it
say
the one
like
in her apartment?
28th, yeah, or 27th birthday.
Yeah,
yes.
so it was like a...
Got her fucked up. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
she's so much
God.
fun.
That's funny.
I
Well,
cannot
she definitely
wait.
needs to get fucked up at her birthday
yeah.
this year.
Okay, I'm the perfect wing woman to get someone
You are.
drunk. If
You
you
are.
want someone drunk, enlist me.
No, we're not
So
trying to get her
somebody
drunk.
has to take care of you two.
We're not
As
trying
in
to get.
Heather and
I know, 'cause
Desiree.
whenever I'm trying to get someone drunk, I find myself
You
getting
get
really drunk.
totally-
And I'm like, fuck, this was not supposed to happen. I was supposed to get you drunk.
Desiree.
And then I got drunk. And
We are
then,
not trying to get her drunk.
Oh,
We're
no,
trying to
really?
get her obliterated.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yes,
Okay.
this is gonna be fun. Okay, somebody
I'm gonna
bring
water down
somebody
my
bring
tequila.
bags for the limo. Trash
So we
bags.
don't have a cleanup
I
fee.
know. I have a special surprise planned for everyone.
If it's another personalized cup, Galen's gonna kill me when I come home with it.
You have a whole cabinet full too.
Well, because every time we have a girls' trip or a
It's a
function,
fucking
it's like, oh, we're
personalized
gonna
cup.
personalize a cup, and then
Oh my
I
God,
come
that's
home with
so
it.
funny.
He's like, oh, another
Oh.
cup. Are you getting cups for this function? Yeah.
I love it. You keep them all.
I try. I'm a
Oh,
very
so-
sentimental person.
So I
proud
keep
of you.
them all. I still have the tumbler that you got me for being a bridesmaid in your wedding. I still have
But
that.
those are all
I throw
sentimental
them all
things.
away.
You're so mean. I'm not buying you a cup.
I
Personalized.
like to live minimalistically. Okay.
I do too, but I'm also very
Hold on, that's-
sentimental.
That's so mean.
Is it really?
Someone took the time
Did I
and
just-
energy to get you a
I
personalized
paid for
cup.
it.
I just
Put
totally.
your name on
I'm
it.
trying to think if I ever got you one now.
I think
So you know what? I have a special surprise for everyone but Brittany.
Oh shit! So it is a personalized cup. You fucking did personalized cups again.
Well, it is a
Personalized
dirty
wine
30.
glasses.
It is a dirty 30.
okay.
That is.
I'm gonna throw that cup away too.
You probably will.
Or it's not even a cup.
You're
It's
so
a wine
mean.
glass. So what
a
I'll do?
one-day wine glass in
I'm glad. I put so much thought into her glass for it to just go beep.
the trash.
I won't throw away the glass.
Oh.
Now I'm like,
welcome.
oh man, I threw all mine out. I totally ratted myself out, but I can't. can't lie. It's like,
Well,
you
now
guys
we
are looking at
know
me.
not to buy you anything with your name on it.
I'm so upset with you right now, Des, because you said you had a special secret for us, and then you
Have you
tell
not
us.
met me?
I know.
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
it was going to
No
happen.
secrets.
Have
I
you
knew
not
it
met
was
me?
gonna happen.
My secrets last for like 12 minutes.
I would just like to be surprised. Oh, I'm so excited for Heather's birthday, though.
Me
I
too.
cannot wait.
Me either.
Thanks for listening, guys. We had our BF, sister from another Mr.
Hey.
Brittany,
Yeah.
joining us today. Hope you enjoyed. If there's any comments, please feel free to message it or give us a jingle. Bye.
Bye.